Hello students, this is the continuation of fourth chapter and today we shall discuss about pressure in fluids. When a fluid is taken in a container, then the fluid exert pressure in all directions. In all direction it exert pressure, and also at each and every point inside the liquid it exert pressure. Here also there will be pressure, here also pressure, here pressure, here pressure. So at each and every point there will be pressure at all directions, and at each and every point liquid can exert pressure. Liquid means liquid or gas, that is fluid. Whereas if we place solid on a surface, then solid will exert pressure only in the downward direction, that is the weight of the solid. This is the difference between solid and fluid. Now one experiment is performed, that is the liquid is taken in a container. The container is placed on a horizontal surface, and the wall of the container, different points, holes are made at different points, different holes. Here one hole is made, here another hole is made at the wall of the container. Now what will you observe? You will observe the liquid spurts out from the container, and the flow of liquid will be higher for the hole which is at higher depth from the above surface of the liquid. So the liquid coming from this hole will reach greater distance than liquid coming from this hole. That is, the flow of the water coming from this hole will be higher than the flow of the water coming from this hole. And why liquids spurt out from this container? Because at the wall the fluid will exert pressure, and due to this pressure, here at the wall there will be pressure exerted by the liquid, and due to this pressure the liquid comes out through the holes, and this pressure increases as we move down from the above surface. So at a point which is at higher depth from the above surface, at that point there will be greater pressure than at a point which is at lower depth from the above surface. So as we move down inside a liquid, then pressure at the wall increases. So here the pressure, here will be greater pressure, here will be some higher pressure, here some higher pressure, here some higher pressure. So thus pressure will increase. Now pressure exerted by a liquid column. What will be the pressure exerted by a liquid column? That is given by H into rho into G, where H is the depth of the liquid, the point at which we want to determine the pressure, the depth of that point, that is H. Rho is the density of the liquid, and G is acceleration due to gravity. Now we take a liquid in a container, and the upper surface of the liquid is xy. Now we have to determine the pressure exerted by the liquid at a depth h. So for this we have to draw a cylinder. The upper part of the cylinder, that is the acer, which touches the free surface of the liquid, that is xy. The upper part touches the free surface, and the lower part, that is pq, remains at the depth h from the above surface. So to determine the thrust exerted by the liquid on the surface pq, so the thrust exerted by the liquid on the surface pq that is given by the weight of the liquid contained in PQRS cylinder. So thus this thrust at this surface, that is the weight of the liquid that is contained in this cylinder, and this is given by volume of the liquid in the column PQRS into density into G. As we know, volume into density is equal to mass. Now what? Now volume can be replaced by area into height. So this is a cube and the volume is given by length into width into height. Now length into width, that gives area, so volume can be written as area into height. So here we can write area of the base PQ, this area, into height, that is the h, into density of the liquid, that is rho into G. Now the pressure exerted on the surface PQ, that is given by thrust by area. Thrust is A H rho G and divided by A, this gives H rho G. A cancelled out. So the pressure of a liquid inside a liquid at a point at a depth H, that is H rho G, and the total pressure at the depth H, that is given by P0 plus H rho G, where P0 is the atmospheric pressure. For total pressure we have to consider the atmospheric pressure also. Now laws of liquid pressure. So for the liquid pressure, the formula is P is equal to H rho into G. Number 1 is P increases with depth. As we know, as the depth of a point from the upper surface of the liquid increases, then pressure exerted by the liquid also increases. That is H. With increase of H, P increases. So as the depth of the point increases, P increases. Number 2 is on any horizontal surface, say this is a horizontal surface, at each and every point the pressure exerted by the liquid will be same. That is, the pressure exerted by the liquid at this point, at this point, this point, this point, so the pressure will be same. Number 3 is inside a liquid, around each point the pressure in all direction will be same. Say inside a liquid we consider this point, and around this point the pressure will be in all direction exerted by the liquid, in this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, all the pressure in all directions will be same. Number 4 is if we take two liquids in two containers of the same size and we want to measure the pressure at the depth H from the above surface for the two container, then it will be observed that the pressure at the two containers will be different, because pressure depends on H, density of liquid, and G. Here G is same as G depends on the planet, and H here same. We want to measure the pressure at the same depth, so H same, but here as we take two different liquids, so the value of D is different. Here the value of rho, that is density, that is different. So the pressure at the two containers will be different. Number 5, liquids always seek to attain its own level, independent on size or shape of container. Say liquids, the same liquid that is taken in two containers, one is small and another is big container, then the height of the liquid in the two containers will be the same, that is H. Here also the height of the above surface is h. Here also the above surface is h, because we know pressure is equal to h rho g. Here g is the constant, same for both the container. Rho is constant as we take the same liquid, so to be fixed, pressure to be fixed, the h should be same. So for both the containers the upper surface level will be same. So always liquid seek to attain its own level. The upper surface level will be same. Now consequences of liquid pressure. Number 1 is there are different consequences of liquid pressure. Pressure at a certain depth in sea water is higher than that at the same depth in river water. If we want to measure the pressure in sea water at a certain depth, say h, then this pressure will be higher than the pressure at the depth h in river water, because in sea water the density of water is higher, that is rho for sea is greater than rho for river. So at the same depth the pressure in the sea water is higher than in the river water. Number 2 is the wall of a dam is made thicker at the bottom, because as we know, if we move downward from the upper surface of a liquid, then the pressure exerted by the liquid on the wall increases. So to withstand the pressure, the wall of the dam is made thicker. That is, to prevent the damage of the wall is made thicker of the dam at the bottom, because at the bottom the pressure exerted by the liquid is higher. Number 3 is water supply tank placed higher, because if we place at a height the water supply tank, because we know pressure is equal to h rho into g. So if h is high, then the pressure exerted by the liquid will be higher. So the pressure at the tap of the houses where water to be supplied will be high. So water supply tank is placed higher. Number 4 is diver's suit. Sea divers always need a special type of suit to wear, because when sea divers go into the sea, at the inside the sea there the pressure of the water increases, and this pressure becomes greater than blood pressure. Then the divers need a special type of suit. In this suit, the internal pressure is maintained at 1 atmosphere. Then size of gas bubbles. When gas is dissolved in any liquid, there will be formation of bubble, and you can observe when the bubble comes out, its size increases, and at the surface of the water it has maximum size, because inside the water there will be greater pressure on the bubble, so its size small. As it comes at the upper part, the pressure exerted by the liquid on bubble decreases, so its size becomes smaller, larger, and at the surface there will be no pressure exerted by the liquid, there will be only atmospheric pressure. So at the surface the bubble has the maximum size. Okay, thank you.